Welcome back to the transition year. You've made it. Welcome back, vets, newbies, and everyone in between. Are you ready to be ready? Will you be prepared for this upcoming school year? Make sure you use your tools. They'll definitely be needed this upcoming school year. You must work as a team. Ask questions, share info, know the interior and the exterior parts of your building. Practice patience. And most of all, limit your distractions.
Okay. So Jim's not lying when he's saying that we're a family, a true family. And it saddens me to share with you guys that this year we lost two giants. One of them was Ron Richardson. I don't know if some of you guys knew who he was. Well, he was a great mentor to me. The reason I'm standing here is because of him and the guys that came before us, right? And that's why it brings me so much joy to leave you with somebody that is from our group. And what I expect from you guys is to treat them with the same respect you guys have given me, right? Have we always agreed? I'd be flat out lying to you if I tell you I don't argue with some of you guys, right? But my intent is always good, right? I want you to succeed, right? And the other person that we lost a few weeks ago was Mr. George Green. Very, very humble, very loving individual out of East. And you know, it saddens me because, you know, I always envision you guys retiring like I'm about to do and just enjoy life, right? You know, and he was a young man, right? So, you know, let's keep his family in prayer, right? Like we always do, if you do prayer or whatever you do. But I just wanted you guys to know that, that you know, we lost two giants. George always helped us out during training. And it was always there anytime I called, and never said no. And some of you guys have worked with him very close, you know that he was the real deal, right? And that's hard to find nowadays, right?
Our expectation is that you manage the group respectfully, all right? Let's not go overboard on it, all right? If somebody in the hallway too much, we need to know about that, but we're gonna be checking, all right? If the presenter is presenting and there's conversations going on, we need to know about that, all right? Because moving forward, you're gonna be accountable for your actions, all right? You will be held accountable, all right? So once we break down, let's give the presenters the respect that they need, grab that knowledge from them, but let's change the culture and let people look at us differently, all right? I sat where y'all sitting at, y'all know that. And just having a few conversations from the time that I've switched over, honestly, it's like, damn. It's a shock to me that some people don't look at us the way they should. Because we do more than just securing stuff. All right? We do a whole lot more than that. All right? We are some phenomenal role models in this room. All right? We got some good, solid figures in here. All right? We got to keep moving. We got to keep changing the culture. I don't want to go in a meeting and let's just touch on the license things right now, all right? I don't want to go into a meeting and Danny done offered numerous classes for people to come and take their 8-hour class, right? All right, because he always put the paper up, yo, I'm having class Saturday, the 23rd, 8 to 4, Hart Street. Paper be full, right? Be full, right? Everybody done signed up. Come time for the class, I can't come, I can't make it. Supposed to be there at 8. Some people calling at 9:30. That's ridiculous. If we want to be treated and paid like professionals, we got to start acting like that. We gotta play the part. We just can't walk in the room and be like, God damn, excuse my language. We just can't walk in the room and ask for a whole lot of money. We looking raggedy. We don't got our license in order. You know, we open the door for the BS to happen to us. All right, but we can stop moving forward and change our image, change how people approach us, change how people think. They think they know how we work. Oh, they're not gonna do nothing, they just gonna sit there. No, I just tell you, the first few weeks, I got some alarming pictures. Like, you working, no reason for you to be asleep in the hallway. You working. Shoes off. The hell? Come on now. Accountability. All right. That hit me so hard. I'm like for you to be that comfortable to come to work and do that. Somebody could be around the corner getting hurt, which was the case. All right, but real. All right, if we want to change, but if we want the other side to look at us like, you know what, that SSO group, yo. All right, because every training we have, one school be like, you know what, yo, we the best team. Franklin always say that, but they not. All right. Just had to throw a jab. All right. But we want to change the narrative. All right. We gonna get these tools. We gonna put them in our toolbox. All right. But my main thing is I want each and every one of y'all to do is to grow. All right. Because I grew into this position. I worked with Danny when I first became the SSO in 1998. And he was just dropping gems on me then. And been dropping gems on me ever since. All right. I was also blessed to work with Ron, Dino, Miss Mary, Miss Minnie from Wilson, all the old school people, Larry White. All of them dropped jewels. So I'm asking the veterans at the same time too. Share your experiences. Bring the new people up to speed, expectations. All right. There's a lot of them, all right? And number one is we expected to be to work on time, right? I ain't hear y'all. I really ain't hear y'all. Because I'll tell you this. When I first came in, all the OGs was like, you know what? Make sure you come to work on time. All right? Make sure you save your days. Save your days. Don't burn up all your days before Christmas. Don't do that. All right? Because when you out like that, that means I got to do my job and I got to do yours. Now guess who's going to be burnt out if I have to keep doing my job and yours? Me. So now I got two people out. And then another person. Because now I got to do the work of mine plus two others. That's not fair. Save your days. So if you do stay around here and something happened to you and you have to go out, you got days in your bank. That makes sense, right? If you burning up all your days before Christmas, and I never heard of this, but they do this. Oh, I'm gonna be out. Cool. All right, you out. But now it go unpaid. Back in the day, if you worked up all your days and you didn't come to work, now that paper trail started. You about to be out the door. And there's more than a few people that do that. we're going to monitor attendance heavily. All right? Because if you're working with a team, and I'm your team leader, my expectation is you're going to be there in the trenches with me when it gets gutted like that. All right? These kids have changed drastically. A young man got shot yesterday. I think he was a Franklin student, I believe. And then even more so, around our schools, there's a lot going on. The neighborhoods. We just had an incident at the Jefferson campus Friday. Kids fighting down the street. Police pull up, they start running. Police catch them, obviously. Summer school about to get out. Police got them laid down on the ground, right in front of the entrance. Those two kids had 2 9mm pistols on them with extended clips. Now these kids running around our schools with this artillery. All we got is a radio. But the realness of what we do is right in front of you. All right? Like I said, this job is not easy. Don't take it for granted. All right? We got a lot to do. All right? And I want everybody to go home the same way they came in. We might get a few bumps and bruises along the way, but that's what you signed up for. All right? That's all I got right now.
Joe took most of my thunder. I was going to talk about 3 things about being an SSO. Number 1, show up on time. One of the biggest complaints we get, and I get them daily, Danny gets a call daily, and Joe's going to start getting those calls. It's so-and-so, he shows up, or she shows up, but they're an hour late. The importance of the time, your report time, is set up so that you're in the building before babies start coming in. And why is that important? Because if they see you squared away and ready to do your job, they're going to be more inclined to do the work they're expected to do. Come in, go to class, go to homework, or wherever. Next thing, showing up every day. You know, we got the mobile units. A lot of times they try to backfill because so-and-so didn't show up, or 3, 4, 5 people didn't show up out of the group. But that's not their role. You're not subs. There's your support. You have a problem at lunchtime, support comes. You anticipate a problem at dismissal, support comes. So we put the number of people in each building based on the number of SSOs they allow us to have, and then based on what we think you need, based on the information you give us. And we all know that some schools got a lot, some schools got a bunch, some schools got 1. But the expectation is to show up every day. Third one, how you look. How you look. And I know some of you don't think it's that important, but how you look is very important. I knew ever since I was a young man, judge people by how you see them. If I see somebody who looks like a bum, they are a bum. If I see somebody squared away, I assume they're a squared away person. And that's how these kids read you. Some of these kids are 14 and grown, think they're grown. And they're constantly reading you based on how you look, how you present. Are you here every day? And the ones that they figure they can play, those are the ones that they're going to play. And for me, coming from law enforcement, I want to be able to come into a building, if I was still doing that job, and know who is security, just by looking. See somebody in the uniform, they're on my side. If there's a problem in the building, a gun in the building, if they're in a uniform, there are people, I'm not worried about it. I want to be able to look at you and say, security versus potential threat. And that's what you got to think about. And I know some of the schools encourage you on Fridays to say, okay, today we're going to wear Crocs or whatever they wear, right? Ain't good enough. There's a reason we give you boots. There's a reason you have boots. We give you boots so that if you have a mishap and something falls on your foot, at least you're protected. That's part of the equipment you get so that you can make it to work every day. Big Joe talked about a culture change. That's the journey we're on starting today. Culture. And I'm just going to be honest. We're not going to tolerate, we say be here at 8 o'clock, and you roll at 8:45. And we understand there's people got problems, car wouldn't start, ride didn't show up, but that can't be your pattern. And we all know that certain people have certain patterns. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. And where that culture change comes, it don't necessarily come from Joe. It don't come from me. It don't come from Deidre. It comes from you as teammates. Being able to say to somebody, hey, bro, we're supposed to be here at 7:15. You got to come at 7:15. And you don't have to be a lead to say that. Because culture is determined by what you say to each other. If you show up late every day and I don't say nothing, I've just told you it's all right. I'm not your lead. I'm one of your teammates. If I don't say anything, I say it's all right. And when people don't show up on time, what do other people do? The people who are your best ones, the ones who show up early, realize, hey, it don't matter. Maybe I went out and had a good time watching the Bills game last night. So I'm going to roll a little late. Because it don't matter. You don't need the lead, you don't need the administrator to tell you that. Y'all should be telling each other that. Joe talked about money. It's hard to advocate when you're not being pros. You be pros, makes it easy for us. And I talked about this last year. I'm going to tell you something. I was impressed this last year. Said it in the opening. A lot of stuff that we experienced over the previous 4 years, COVID, whatever. Y'all took care of business. When I say took care of business, I didn't say y'all was perfect. But I want to get perfect. Right now, we got some temporary leads. Who's a temporary lead for just training for today? Couple people are put in that position. We expect you to drive that position. When we say be back in class at 8:45, get your team ready. Bring them. And it don't make you a jerk because you said to somebody, hey, let's go, get out of the hall, get off the phone, let's go. That's what we want. It's 9:20. We're back in this room at 9:40. All right? Thank you.
I do this job because I love it. I love being around with kids, make sure they're safe, make sure, we there for them. Because we here for them. We're not here for, with the other staff, the AP, principal. We here for our kids and kids only. That's what I'm working for.
Catherine, why you do this job?
I love to serve, not just the kids, the whole school, because the whole school works together as a community. So I'm here to serve, I'm here to pour in to kids, staff, people, parents, whoever needs my help. That's what I'm here.
Kids are in a single parent home. And with that, they're fatherless and they're coming up economically impoverished. Because of that, they need positive male figures in their life. They're not really looking for a homeboy. They're looking for somebody that can speak life, purpose, hope, destiny into their lives, and I feel like I'm the guy for the job.
Amen.
That's my life.
Basically, relating to the kids, you know, they come from a tough background. And Burton, Jackson, Pat, a lot of them were my SSOs when I was going through the same stuff these kids going through. So they touched me, so I want to give back. That's pretty much it.
When I was a policeman, everything was about making somebody do something. Stand up, sit down, get out of the car, give me your license. Then I realized people respond to that in a negative way. And I realized the easiest way to get somebody to do something is ask them. Yo, bro, do me a favor, stand up. Talk to you. Get up!
Most of the time, when fights are happening, usually one grabs the aggressor, the other one grabs the non-aggressor, and that's the end of that, right? The goal here is to try to get there before the issue becomes an issue. Does that make sense? Right? And I think that sometimes we fail on that because we're not paying attention, right? Like in the cafeteria, right? Because you could tell, because what does this mean? Oh, that's right. What does this mean? Yeah, you know. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist for you to figure that out. Right? Oh, yo, what's up? You know, that type of stuff.
More and more kids are trying to beat us, so to speak. Not only with weapons, but the smoking devices, lighters. You know, we confiscate so many lighters that the kids at Edison started going old school on us and started using the box of matches or the book of matches. All right, it's hard to detect those, right? You know, but they still fire up in the bathroom every chance they get. All right. They done got so bold now, they just walking down the hallway, blowing the high, right? Like it's all right. You know, I got into a situation where an administrator came and got me, and that was probably my worst day as an SSO in my life. You know, I'm minding my business, patrolling my area. Administrator come and get me. Oh, this kid walking down the hallway smoking the high. So he see me, he automatically F you, take a drag off the high, man, blew enough smoke in the air to set a house on fire. All right. I ended up, you know, escorting him to the front door, and he continued to smoke the high, so I had to put him outside the front door. And as I put him outside the door, he spit in my face. Spit in my face. Got me good, too. Got me good. It's snowing. You know what I'm saying? So how do I react? Do I black out and don't be standing here right now? I ain't gonna say I didn't do nothing. All right, but those are some of the challenges that we may encounter on a daily basis in some of these schools. Because everybody say, you know, oh man, that shit couldn't have been me. But it was me. And it was probably one of the most difficult things I had to deal with as an SSO. You know, I wasn't ready for that. Caught me totally off guard. All right, but, you know, I bounced back. I'm still here. You know, I could have threw him over the ledge at Edison and been on the news, blacked out. I could have did that, but I didn't. All right, so we got choices.
Key highlights of Danny's career: leadership role. Served as the lead of all safety officers in the Rochester School City District. CPI instructor. Trained individuals in crisis prevention techniques. Dedication and fairness. Demonstrated unwavering commitment to the well-being of students and staff regardless of background or circumstances. Availability and support. Always accessible and willing to provide guidance and support to those in need. Danny, we appreciate you. We love you. And if it ever behooves you to what we're doing, come back and check us out. Enjoy your retirement.